Hi everyone, I'm Michael.
And I'm Patrick, and you're watching another episode of Star Wars News and Views. Today we'll be talking about John Williams, who is doing the score for the sequels coming up soon. This has been confirmed for a few months, since like July or June, but what's interesting, or what's important now, is that he's starting to record. He had said that...
Or getting ready to go to the drawing board, at least.
Yeah, he said he wanted to see at least some footage, I guess, like put together before he started to record, because, you know, other than the main themes, which you can do without having to see any of the footage.
Well, they already exist.
And they already exist, yeah. Some character themes and other parts that are important to, like, specific scenes can only come out when he starts to see sort of, like, what the emotion is behind it, I guess, and stuff. Mm-hmm. Which is really important to have John Williams in the Star Wars, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, like, John Williams... if you really think about it, it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I can figure, there's only two people who have been a constant throughout all 9 movies, right? Anthony Daniels and John Williams.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine a Star Wars movie without John Williams. I guess at a certain point, I was even surprised he's still scoring movies, because I haven't... When was the last time you heard a John Williams score? Like, I think he did Lincoln and stuff like that. He always works with Steven Spielberg. But he's kind of in semi-retirement. So this is really fantastic that he's coming on board to, like, sort of the circle is now complete.
Yeah.
Like, that's what kind of made him famous with Star Wars.
Yeah, and now, like, near the end of his career, he's doing it again.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm guessing by the time they get to the spin-offs, he won't be involved. Because there'll be a different flavor. It may make sense to get a different composer.
Yeah, I would agree with that, for like a different feel for a different type of movie, right? If there's a different director doing it or something, you might not want that sort of iconic, regular sort of Star Wars
But for the sequels, they're supposed to be connected to the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And so to have that consistency, you have the consistency of the actors, right? So you have Mark Hamill coming back, you have Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford coming back, and then you also have John Williams coming back. And imagine Star Wars without John Williams. It's like you can't. It's like...
It's such an iconic thing. It's one of the most iconic movie scores of all time, if anything, right?
So this is pretty awesome news, I think, for all Star Wars fans. It really will give it that classic feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though his style has changed over the years, if you listen to his newer stuff and his older stuff, it's not quite the same, but it still has... There is that through line that has kind of held up over the years.
Yeah, and maybe we'll see when he does his Star Wars concert stuff again. Maybe we'll see some of his work.
New compositions. Yeah. So it's going to be awesome to have new Star Wars scores for new Star Wars movies done by John Williams. I think that's really interesting.
Me too.
Yeah.
Especially with the new technology. We'll see what he does.
Exactly. Well, well, to be honest, he's kind of old school.
He probably
he's an 80-year-old man. Like, you know, I'm more concerned about him, like, not dropping dead halfway through the trilogy. He's getting up there in years. Like, you know, he's in semi-retirement. But, probably that won't, hopefully that won't happen. John Williams is awesome. He kind of blueprinted every modern film composer. Everyone from, like, Hans Zimmer to, like, you know, James Horner, it all traces back to John Williams with that kind of leitmotif, sort of thematic stuff, very classical type of score. So this is really good news for the new trilogy. Yeah. And I guess that's really all we have to say about that. Yeah. So subscribe to us, leave comments if you have anything to say, and we'll see you next episode.